Let's speak about a crisis that we are all, I think, experiencing right here in the Western Cape and indeed many parts of South Africa where water levels in the country are at an all-time low. And we need to do everything that we can to save water. And it is initiatives like the Woolworth's Farming for the Future program and the WWF's Water Balance program who are at the forefront of trying to solve this problem. Now, in the spirit of World Environment Day, Expresso went out to one of Cape Town's key catchment areas to find out more.
Around a year ago, right now, I would have been wading through water. This is what one of Cape Town's major water supply dams looks like at 10% capacity. It's crisis time. Yet how can we expect a generation that is disconnected from nature, in fact, many suffering from nature deficit disorder, to protect a resource many have never even seen? Well, this World Environment Day, we have a golden opportunity to reconnect with nature and an ecosystem that is out of balance. A complex problem needs a complex solution, but ultimately it begins and ends with hard work. That's when we really discover the magic. And that's exactly the case here at Genadendal Nursery, where not only are they supporting WWF's efforts, but also uplifting a community. And that's thanks very much to Hansie and his brilliant team. Vertel vir my, hoe het hierdie kwekery eers begin? Give me a bit of history.
Sien Genadendal is gebied waar hulle groente produseer. En die probleem het ingekom. Ons kon nie plantjies kry 32 km van ons af nie. Daar was nie 'n nursery wat groenteplantjies geproduseer het nie. Ons moet hom in Stellenbosch gaan haal het. En met die hulp van 'n hele paar departemente en die munisipaliteit het ons hierdie nursery die geld gekry om op te sit. Om groenteplantjies vir hierdie gemeenskap en omliggende dorpe naby ons te kan voorsien met plantjies. Dis hoe die nursery begin het en in 2015 het WWF gekom en gevra dat ons hierdie ding kan extendie met natuurplante ook. Baie mense het altyd vir my gevra, hoekom saag die mense die bome af langs die rivier? Seker omdat ons 'n waterskaars land het. En die groot ding gaan is daai bome sy op die water uit die rivier uit. Wat ons nie weer kan gebruik om groot skaal te boer nie. Ja, maar julle haal die bome uit, maar julle sit hier weer terug hier. Op daai stadium kon ek nie vir hulle 'n antwoord gee nie. Toe kom WWF. En waar eilandsklering gedoen word, sit ons plante terug. Nou kan ek vir hulle sê, dit is WWF se werk.
Nature's gifts often go underappreciated and undervalued until they become scarce. Woolworths knows that what we eat and what we wear comes from nature and is working with their supply chain to preserve these precious resources.
We've obviously been able to see firsthand as one of your partners how this plays out in projects like Farming for the Future.
Farming for the Future is basically about engaging or cooperating with our farmers on sustainable farming practices. And the biggest principle there is ensuring that our farmers are cognizant of the impacts that they have on the environment. And when it comes to water, we look for sustainable ways of managing both our water use and also managing wastewater so that we don't impact back into the environment. Raising awareness for us is something that we feel is key to everything that we do when it comes to conserving our natural resources.
And I have to ask on a personal note, now that you are out here personally connecting with nature, being out in this beautiful environment, how does that make you feel?
Well, for me, it just reaffirms my commitment to the work that we do at Woolies, and just being out here with the people, so much passion doing what they do, it just makes me proud.
Did you know that 8% of our land is responsible for over 50% of our water supply? So these are really critical water source areas, and we really need to do more about investing in the health of these catchments. And we know with changing weather patterns that we're going to get far more extreme weather events like floods and the drought that we currently experience. They're going to become more common. And a healthy catchment actually buffers against the negative impact of these events. Now, a significant threat to the catchment health are the ever-spreading, water-thirsty, invasive alien plants. So in order to address this challenge, WWF South Africa developed the Water Balance program, which really looks at invasive alien plant clearing maintaining those areas free of plants, and then actively restoring by planting indigenous seeds and plants like you saw at the nursery.
And what is the most important part in our water-saving efforts? Where do we need to focus?
Things like even purchasing food and trying to reduce your food wastage, because 600,000 Olympic swimming pools of water is wasted a year in the food waste.
Our team here are unbelievable. They've cleared almost this entire area. I think we're falling behind. So you can give me a hand with this guy.
Great. Okay, got to make sure you got the base of it in here.
And I think on World Environment Day, something that all of us really need to take cognizance of is that we are part of a greater environment. It's a great opportunity for us to realize how we tie into that bigger ecosystem. Everything that we take out, we've got to be able to put something back. But the most important thing is we need to build an appreciation of nature. So get out there and reconnect yourself. All right,
Great, let's go. Oh,